Go.
And folks, we're back. I know it's a new day, but I just wanted to say we're back. It's like I never left. I go to commercial and then I'm back, right? It's like we're back. Folks, we're back. Hey, good morning from the office. It's good to be back. First of all, I would like to thank Rick and Bruce, a.k.a. Rhinestone and Burlap. Thank you very much for filling in tomorrow, yesterday, because yesterday was a whirlwind of events for FetcherNews.com, Team FYN, going on the road. Should I sing the Willie Nelson song? That was yesterday, so we can't sing that.
No.
Anyhow, we had a full plate yesterday here at this news network, and we're going to talk about that. It's good to be back. What I would like to do, the, here's what I want, okay? I mean, I know it's Thursday, we're getting off, but I want the, like, when I'm gone, like a day, I want to return, like, in the quick spin, and bam, then I'm there. You know what I mean?
No. What do you mean by that?
Like, it starts out a small spin, and it goes, and boom, then I'm here. It's like, you know.
Teleport?
Yeah, teleport. But it's more like Batman. Like, you'll have to see. You go to Batman, and you watch how they used to go from scene to scene, and you'll see. That's the way I want to do it. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We have where America, we have an identity crisis. Now, the left-leaning media will lead you to believe that we have a crisis and an attack on our democracy, and a crisis on our democratic system, and all the above, and they get so dramatic, and you know, they really, hey, you know, Donald Trump is bringing us down. But let me tell you something. I never thought I would live to see no boy in Boy Scout, just Scout. Yo, Scout, right? Scout. America, we have an identity crisis. We just do. We have a major problem. Oh, to hell with Donald Trump and Robert Mueller and special counsel and Rudy Giuliani and the power of the subpoena. To hell with all that. I'm telling you, if you don't lift the level of the identity crisis in this country between identifying boys and girls and other, oh my God. Folks, I am just telling you, we have to do something. We have to take our country back, not back to 1950, back to, actually, I don't know, would I call it the natural process of things? I mean, I wouldn't even know. You know, I feel sorry, Amanda. Let me get you into this, because you are raising 3 boys. Am I right?
Yes.
Do you mind me asking the ages? Because you don't have to say them on the air. Do you mind asking the ages?
I've got an almost 3-year-old, a 6-year-old, and an almost 10-year-old.
So we got a 3, 6, and 10, right?
Yes.
Okay, now, if I'm one of those little guys, and I'm wondering how, like, guys even can meet a girl now, and what the identity, what it's like in high school, and
right.
What's going on in high school? Do they are high school kids today? And I'm just out of the loop. Are they accepting that they don't want to identify with anybody, like a sex, a gender?
I know that things are much more gender mutual now, and trying to sway, especially like my oldest, into, you know, just hard male behavior is kind of confusing to them, because they, in school, they're taught, you know, at that age, like, pink is not a feminine color, it's a gender mutual color, and, you know, weird little things like that. And so now I'm thinking, you know, the more this stuff is taught in school, you know, with everything being equal, and I mean, and it should be equal. I'm not saying that, you know.
No. Don't take this wrong. Let me tell you where
it should be in place here.
Yeah, you're right. But let me tell you where I think you're off on this, in all due respect. We're not talking about equal. We're talking about gender identity. Now that's the separation there, okay? You know, if we're getting ready to do a news report, you know, and we all sit down, which you know that, and we all sit down at the front conference table, and we're getting ready to do a new assignment here or a new program, we all go around and we work on it together, and we never think, you know, well, this person is not equal here or there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I guess, I don't know, I'm a little touchy here on how, but we're pretty clear on our gender identity.
Right, okay, so let me give you
I don't know,
an example.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, okay, let me give you an example. If I need like a 100-pound box moved or something, I'm going to ask one of the guys to do it. You know, and now we're teaching kids that, no, women are just as capable as moving that 100-pound box, and a man should not offer her help. We are losing all of those qualities, and you know what sets us both. This is so confusing. Like, I don't even know how.
No, I'm serious. I go in a packed room. You're hitting a home run. I go in a packed room. I go places, as you well know, every day somewhere. And I'll go to a political meeting or a packed room somewhere, and there's limited seating, right? Yeah. I will sit down, and the place is full, and a lady walks in. And I'm thinking, if I get up and give her my seat, which I think that's what I should do, but then she might come up and slap the you-know-what out of me for even offending her that she can't stand like I can.
Right.
Right?
And it's so ridiculous.
Okay, America, we have an identity crisis here, and it is a crisis. Taking the boy out of Boy Scout. Who in the hell do I buy a Thin Mint from now? Boy, the jamboree will be a lot different. Now, let me tell you the stories around that campfire, okay? All right. Here's the interesting thing is they will not be able to, they do not want a boy demasculating America, and they do not want a boy to be a boy. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to move on from that. We'll talk about it a little later. Yesterday, let's tell people how to get in touch with us. We have a lot going on. Yesterday, if you want to get in touch with the show, it's 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. You can follow us on Twitter @FetcherNews, @FYNTV. Go to our YouTube channel, FYNTV, Fetch Your News. Subscribe today, and anytime we're doing a live broadcast, okay, you will get a notification. Now, yesterday, Natalie up in Fannin County, Fetch Your News, Fannin County, Natalie and myself, we had an opportunity to spend a day on the campaign trail with Nita Cagle and Casey Cagle and his wife Nita Cagle. We started in Clarksville, Georgia, up in Clarksville, and our first stop was the gazebo up there. Had a nice crowd. We went down to I got to get a business card out here. Then we went down to Cleveland, Georgia, and we stopped at Glenda's. Let's see who just a couple people I bumped into yesterday. We went down to Cleveland, Georgia, stopped at Glenda's, and had a nice little crowd there. And I want to say hello to Sheriff Stacy Gerard there in Lumpkin County. And really enjoyed, we got to Cleveland County, really enjoyed Travis Turner, White County Board of Commissioners, the chairman. I want to give a shout out to the chairman of the White County Board of Commissioners, Travis Turner. He got on the bus with us just outside of Cleveland and rode into Glenda's. Talked to him for quite some time. Hello, Mr. Chairman there. And we had a pretty good group there. And then we ventured over to Union County. I want to say hello to Lamar Parrish, Sole Commissioner, and Lamar and Sole of Union County, and Sole Commissioner at Towns County, Cliff Bradshaw. They were both there, and several others. I want to say hello to everybody. We had a great group in Union County. We also had an opportunity to stop by and visit and take a tour. Casey Cagle, we took a tour of the veterans, the VA outpatient Blairsville Clinic up there. Very nice clinic. Took a tour with the director there. Had a great lunch. And then we headed down to Appalachian Gun and Pawn. Now, I just want to say, if you've not been down to Jasper, that's in Pickens County, I mean, first class. They did not do anything down there that's just not 100% first class. I want to say hello to William Bell, the Pickens County Republican Party. Say hello to Donnie Craig, the sheriff of Pickens County, yesterday there. We had a great group. Tucker, what's Tucker's name?
Tucker Green?
Yeah, Tucker was down there. Say hello to Tucker. Tucker was there. Now, yesterday we went back there, and this is the Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle, and and there is the feared AR-15, Amanda. We actually, and here's the thing I want you to know, Amanda, is behind the Lieutenant Governor. Now, he fired off some shots, and he hit the bullseye a couple times. I'm just saying, okay? Left-handed, but Governor Casey Cagle. They got out the AR-15 for him. Can you put it back up? Did I ask you to take it down? I had a visual. I was going to describe a visual. Nobody told you to take that picture down. So anyhow, Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle there with the AR-15. What I want you to picture is behind him, there's about 20 people behind him, Amanda. Okay? And the takeaway is nobody was harmed in the making of that picture.
Oh, imagine that.
Nobody was harmed. Now, Nita Cagle, his wife Nita, go to his wife. So he finishes and she says, I want to try. So there she is. That's Nita Cagle, and she has an AR-15. Once again, no one harmed during the photographing of Nita Cagle, Casey Cagle, the Lieutenant Governor's wife, pulling the trigger on an AR-15 yesterday. Appalachian Gun and Pawn, can't say enough about them. Okay, so that is one of the things. Now we're going to get to Comey, Rudy Giuliani, we're going to get to Stormy Daniels, we're going to get to all of that, we promise. We're just talking a little bit of the big news day. You're going to be able to find all of this, a day on the campaign trail with Casey Cagle. Now second, the other Republican primary candidate, Hunter Hill, was in the area in North Georgia yesterday. And Lonnie Adams was over at LJ Restaurant, and he has an interview and an article on Fetcher News Gilmer County, where Hunter Hill candidate visited Gilmer County. And then Bill Johnson picked up the Hunter Hill campaign over in Dahlonega yesterday, and Bill Johnson has a report written on FetcherNews.com. Where's Dahlonega? Is that Lumpkin County? Lumpkin, I forget where I'm at sometimes. Lumpkin County over there, he has an article there. And our guest this morning at 9:20 for 10 minutes, because they're busy on the campaign trail, it's push, will be Hunter Hill. And I want to ask him a little bit on the attacks that are coming his way now. The attacks directed right at him and not so much Brian Kemp, because Brian Kemp, the Secretary of State, and Hunter Hill here in Georgia seem to be in a tie, okay? Just a mathematical tie right there for that second place slot that's a runoff. Now, yesterday, one of the things on the campaign trail, I did let me stay on this just a minute for the governor's race in Georgia. I was able to on the bus. There's not really bad noise. I want to thank our good friend Oscar Poole. The Colonel Oscar Poole. Remember the other day, Amanda?
It was just his birthday.
Yeah, what's the girl's name down the hall? The lady, what's her name?
Which lady?
Here.
Oh my God.
Sam. Yeah, Sam. All right, so you remember Sam?
The one that keeps the business alive?
Yeah. You remember Sam came in and gave the shout out, happy birthday, Oscar Poole?
Yes.
Okay, we all know if you're in Georgia. If you're not, we can't help you. But everybody in Georgia, we all know in Republican politics, Colonel Oscar Poole in his yellow suit and hat. Anyway, the fine colonel, every year for his birthday, Amanda, the whole entire family from Seattle, Texas, LJ, as many as possible, grandkids, everybody get together for a cruise. And they go on a family cruise, okay? Take a big picture. There's 20 of them. They go on a cruise. So, 88 years old. Yesterday, I had an opportunity on the tour, on the campaign bus to do a Facebook Live interview with the Georgia candidate, Casey Cagle. It's about 15 minutes. We're riding on the bus there. And I got Oscar Poole listening and watching aboard the ship at sea. So you wonder, where are people picking up FetcherNews.com? Yesterday, as I was doing the interview with the candidate, Colonel Oscar Poole was watching at sea on the cruise ship. So
we even had Dr. Whaley watch from Morocco.
We had Dr. Whaley watching in Morocco, and let's say that's on Facebook, FetcherNews.com Facebook page. You can find that interview. Now, something we learned on a campaign trail, I don't want to say, and we will have more articles of what took place yesterday. I don't want to say omit. That might not be a good word, but everywhere we stopped, okay, Nita Cagle would introduce her husband, Casey Cagle, to the crowd, and we'll just put it out there because it's publicly out there. Her birthday happens to be May 23rd, and she said what she wanted for her birthday is for her husband to win the Republican primary outright, which is 50% plus one. Okay, so in the state of Georgia, you have to win 50% plus one vote, and you won the primary or the election. Anyhow, that being said, then she said, but my husband told me that is virtually mathematically impossible. So what we're going to see here is we're going to see in the next 3 weeks in the state of Georgia's governor's race, we're going to see a big push to make the runoff. And then there's going to be a little overlapping of getting ready to, it's like launch into the runoff and then the runoff. I'm serious. You're going to watch 3 phases. Hey, May 22nd, they will all tell you, all candidates, we're running for May 22nd. We're running for May 22nd. In Georgia, the governor Republican primary candidates are running for the runoff. May 22nd, the runoff. And when I say they're running for May 22nd, meaning we want to win it outright. No, mathematically, it's not happening. There'll be a runoff. It'll go to July, okay? And that will give the Democrat candidate, either Stacey Abrams or Stacey Evans, whoever wins that primary, a couple extra months to sit back, collect money from the Democrats while 2 Republicans slug it out until July, okay? But anyhow, that's where we're at here. They're running for May 22nd to make the runoff. You'll see a little difference in the way the attack ads for one candidate trying to pull one back, one candidate trying to launch themselves forward just for 2 or 3 percentage points. There's some talk that maybe Brian Kemp knows, Secretary of State Brian Kemp knows he cannot get 50% of the vote, but he can get himself in that second spot. So for the liberal media that is going off and people that are just going nuts on social media over Brian Kemp and his Jake commercial, that even made Fox and Friends yesterday, Juan Williams. So Brian Kemp has done a very good job with that commercial, upsetting liberals to the point that it's good. When you're a conservative, you like to hear your candidate or a candidate in the race upset liberals. So that was a plus. And then if you're a conservative, you love everything about, I say everything, big word, you love everything about a guy sitting there with a shotgun discussing the rules of dating his daughter with a young man that looks like a fine young man. See, that's what everybody's missing there in that. It looks like a nice young man. You know what I mean, Amanda?
Yeah.
He looks like a nice young man, and they're missing that. But I will tell you this: there's a side of ask anybody. Well, let me ask you, Amanda. This I don't know that I should ask this, but you know me well enough that it's going to be asked anyway, right?
I do.
Do you know what a shotgun wedding is?
I do know what a shotgun wedding is.
There you go.
I do.
And Amanda's about what, 22? What are you?
Oh yeah, I wish.
Okay. That would have worked if earlier I wouldn't have asked you the age of your children.
Yeah.
Right?
It would've.
That went right out the window. But most people remember what's referred to as a shotgun wedding. Brian Kemp, and I don't want to get stuck on this, but let me tell you something. When you're doing advertising, do you realize, Amanda, that because you and I keep an eye on social media because fetchyournews.com, we got to keep an eye on everything moving.
Right.
And do you realize that ad came out in a week that almost every high school in Georgia within those 2 weeks or this week has a prom?
Yep.
You follow where I'm going with that?
I do.
And social media is loaded, right, with these young ladies in their prom dresses, right? And how many of those young ladies in their prom dresses did their dates meet a dad before they went out?
A lot.
I mean, but don't you think timing was everything there?
It was.
So that being said, that I've said that 6 times, that's my moving along, that's my placeholder. That being said, moving the conversation along, Brian Kemp's campaign may have just popped 3 or 4%, or that 3% he needs to hit that second spot in there. That's what they're running for. Now let's get off of that. Now you went up to the, and we're getting to Giuliani. You don't want to miss my opinion on this. You don't want to miss my comments. You do not want to miss my comments on the 3 Korean Americans. Put those pictures up. The 3 Korean Americans, okay, that have been moved from a work camp, okay? They've been moved from a work camp to a hotel facility, maybe medical, but hotel in Pyongyang or whatever it is, North Korea. And the news coming out of South Korea is they've been moved so they can be prepared to be released. Now, something tells me, where did you hear that may happen, Amanda? First, I want you to tell the world where you heard that would happen first.
Right here.
Right there, right here, right here.
You called it. I'm telling you. I knew after that. I honestly knew right after him and Kim Jong-un and everybody just wanted to kumbaya that this would happen. Nobel Peace Prize.
But wait a minute, I still want, here's what I think. Now you want to stick around for what I think about this. Rudy Giuliani drops the bombshell. What was that song? Boom, you dropped the bomb on me, baby, right? Rudy goes on Hannity last night, and he says, oh, Michael Cohen, yeah, he gave the porn star, what was that story? The porn star $130,000. Yeah, and then Trump gave it back, and he's like glossing right over it. And Sean says, say what? Sean gave a double take. Wait a minute, you said what? Say what? Oh, yeah. You see, Michael, I do it all the time for my clients. It's not unusual. We do it for our clients. He just paid it off, and then he said, hey, Donald, I need to put the money back. It had nothing to do with campaign finance. It is nowhere close to campaign money. Move along, nothing to see here. But Hannity says, you said what? You want to hear my take on what I think happened there. You do. You want to hear it.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Okay, we'll wait because I have a good take on it too, and I want to say mine before you say yours and see if they match.
What if you steal my take?
Well then.
Yeah, but wait a minute. No. Let's not gloss it. What if you steal my take?
Then I'll just have to take over.
That's my fear because this is my damn show. It's not Good Morning with you. All right, anyhow, okay, well, here Amanda's take. I can't wait for that because what's your take on it? 706-889-9700. But before we go to our break, it is time for Carla's Corner on Thursday. And at 9:20, Hunter Hill will be with us, candidate for governor, Republican primary. Yesterday, you went up to the Fannin Arch, one of 3 locations that the governor picked to sign yesterday, to sign the state budget. You went up there yesterday, and tell us a little bit about what took place, just a brief a couple minutes there if you can. Who's in this picture? I can't see across the room.
In this picture, we've got Benita Jacobs, Governor Deal.
Wait, whoa. Let's back up. Now, we're going to have to do a little class or lesson or whatever on reporting here if you're going to take over the show.
Gosh.
No, if you plan to take over the show.
Producer, you know.
No, you're not just a producer. Okay, you went up there. You said, I got this. I said, I'm going to cover the Kegel campaign. You say, I got this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So who is the lady? She just got a name? She got what business did she have there?
Benita Jacobs is the president of University of North Georgia.
Thank you.
Right here is me and Mrs. Jacobs. Very, very nice lady. Got the pleasure to meet her yesterday.
You did you took a shot?
Yeah, I did. And I told her that we had featured her on the show yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, we gotta take a picture together." So that's what happened there. A very nice lady. Yesterday, whenever we went to the Blue Ridge Performing Arts Center, it was the signing.
Wasn't the Performing Arts Center. It's the Blue Ridge Art Center. The Performing Arts Center is over Fannin High School. Am I going to have to do the story or what?
Well, they do. Oh my gosh. This was the Art Center, but they have, there was a sign out there that said the Performing Arts Center.
I just moved right along.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yesterday was the signing of the University of North Georgia brick and mortar campus budget. And Nathan Deal signed it yesterday with David Ralston and Miss Jacobs. And right here is Governor Deal signing the budget. And it was, just smooth and quick.
Pretty packed?
Yep, it's pretty packed. Everyone there.
Okay, well, Jason Beck, our reporter Jason Beck, will be having an article out about the governor signing there's the governor. And I wanted to go yesterday. You know why?
Why?
Because I couldn't be in two places at once, but we're working on that. I wanted to go. Because I wanted to yell in the back of the room. I wanted to ask my question. I always wanted to say, Governor. I want.
Oh no.
I want to do it that way. Governor Nathan Deal. Anyhow, Jason Beck will have an article on FetcherNews.com, Fannin County, about the governor signing the state budget. And also, I think we have an interview, or we have some comments on Facebook what took place yesterday. So you can find.
That's another thing I wanted to bring up. Yesterday, Governor Deal was talking about that this will be the final document that he will sign in Georgia and the largest budget that he has ever signed in his career.
I would have never said that. I don't want it. I want this to end on the upside. Because if I say Nathan Deal 3 times, it's like Beetlejuice.
Oh my God. I knew it. Thank you. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. We're just going to be happy that Governor Nathan Deal came to our fine little town and graced us with the signing of $26 billion budget. Anyhow, woo! All right, say that 3 times fast. It's time for Carla's Corner. Now, wait a minute. How much did Bill Clinton's team pay off all of his bimbos? How much did they pay off?
A lot more than Trump, because he's not as good as a negotiator.
Right. He's not a good negotiator. Yes, Trump's a good negotiator. He got the storm down to 130. It was a Cat 5, and he brought it down to a tropical storm.
Yeah.
That's good.
That was good.
Yeah, tropical stormy, right? Yeah, hashtag that.
I will.
Write that down.
That's a good one.
Put her picture up and say she was a Cat 5, but Trump knocked her down to a tropical stormy.
She's only 100.
Did you pay attention to that?
I did.
That's golden. That's golden. You need to write it first and put it on there so when somebody else comes along, we can call Trump's attorney and sue him.
No, I'm on trademark it.
She was a Cat 5, baby. A Cat 5. I can't get over that. But Donald Trump knocked her down to a tropical stormy. Anyhow, how much did Clinton's friends of Clinton, get paid off? Interesting. Rudy Giuliani, the power of the subpoena. Do you think if President Trump puts the 3 Korean Americans on Air Force One and brings them home after the meeting at the demilitarized zone, that anybody in America is going to stand up and tolerate Robert Mueller giving the president a subpoena to talk about if he paid a porn star out of his attorney's funds, and if he colluded with the Russians about a fake dossier. All the nothing burger, what do they call it, nothing burger, that Rents Previs used to say, it's a nothing burger. I'm your host, BKP. It's time for Carla's Corner, because this weekend in North Georgia, it is Apple Blossom Festival time right here in LJ. And Carla, I'm going to head over to the chamber. Carla and I are going to walk around, tell you a little bit about the chamber and the upcoming Apple Blossom Festival. And then we will spin right around, be back in the studio in about 25 minutes. And Hunter Hill will be with us at 9:20 this morning. Take us to break, and right after this break, Carla's Corner.